You know what happens on this series. We give out some beefy points, and as of last week, we also give out some porky points. Dean Project, friggin' dope. Dean Project, friggin' yeah!
Welcome to the Dean Project Show. My name is Munchie the Straight Edge Nutcracker, and you should probably hit that like. Here's your high host, Dan Frampton.
Friggin' dope, Munchie.
Friggin' dope, Dan.
Alright, yeah, we have a lot of YouTube to talk about. There was a lot of YouTube that happened last week. There was some good, there was some bad, but mostly I'm gonna talk about the good and the even greater than good. Here it is, it's the Dean's List, you know what it is. Alright, we're gonna talk about the number 10 spot, and picking up the first pathetic point, we got Mr. Fomer Simpson. Now this guy is a sneaker channel, and the upload that he's getting the 1 point for was for the 94 retro of the Jordan 1 Chicago colorway. Now everybody's watching The Last Dance on Netflix right now. It's the #1 show, at least in Canada. So if you're not watching it, that's okay, but it has been a pretty good series to watch. I'm not a basketball fan, but for some reason, that Jordan era and those shoes, just love it. That's my childhood. So for all of that, Mr. Fomer Simpson, 1 point. All right, now this is the second week in a row that Trixie Mattel is making the Dean's List at the number 9 spot, picking up 2 points for her video about 90s Barbies. Now this is another kind of like nostalgia point that I'm giving out to Trixie Mattel, because the 90s was the years that I was the kid, all right? I was a little baby boy. I was running around in the 90s. So some of these Barbies I've seen because I have a sister that had Barbies when she was really little, okay? Number 8. You know, very regular to the program here. We got Mr. Anthony Fantano picking up 3 points. He had a whole bunch of really great reviews, a whole bunch of really great uploads on his secondary channel, and I just loved it. His Let's Argue was amazing as well. 3 points. Great job. Whoa, this thing leans fucking back. We're going to be giving away our first plumpy porky point here to Mr. Brad Hall, because he also talked about the Jordan 1 Chicago thing. And his was a much funnier video, of course, which is why he's getting a higher placement on the Dean's List. So we haven't really been talking about any drama so far, if you notice from the top of this list here, but we're finally going to be getting into it because, you know, Kavos, UK commentary guy, is making the list here for 2 of his videos. He did one about Amanda Cerny, who was like e-begging, and did another one about Charlie D'Amelio, the TikTok star who has like 54 million subscribers. I just love how like passionate and into it Kavos gets. He seems outraged, even though, you know, he's just like moving on to the next video topic after he's finished shooting. Oh boy, look at us. We're halfway through the Dean's List. Oh boy, look at us. Who's gonna make the next top 5 here? I tell you, there's a couple debuts. I know you're seeing lots of familiar names so far this week, but I promise we got some debuts. Alright, as we ride on through the top 5 here, we got favorite of the channel, we got Amanda the Jedi picking up 6 points for her 2 videos, one about Trolls 2, you know, that that movie that shouldn't be a movie, and also about Miss Monopoly, that board game that shouldn't be a game. Alright, I know you're sick of it, guys. There's like so many familiar names. The same people are picking up a lot of the points. And that's not going to change here because Finn McKenty is picking up 8 points at the number 3 spot for his video about Dance, Gavin Dance. And the reason why that Finn McKenty is placing so high on this list for this video is because, I don't know, when you make a video about a thing that has a really passionate fan base, which Dance, Gavin Dance does, you're really running the risk of just getting your video super downvoted, super disliked, very many hate comments and all that sort of thing. So you gotta kind of like tread those waters pretty intelligently, and I think that fucking Finn McKenty did it really well, the way that he compared the widdly wee gene to the cilantro gene. You either got it or you don't, and it either tastes like soap or it's delicious. We got a debut, finally, really high on this list, because this creator makes great content. He's a very funny guy. He looks much older than he actually is. His name is Eddy Burback. He's coming in at number 2, picking up 9 beefy points. When you pick up 9 points, you know you're fucking walking around the streets with a little bit of swagger. You got a boost in your step, you know what I mean? You feel like you're wearing Yeezys when you're wearing fucking Crocs. His video was about commercials that stuck with him either in a negative way or in a positive way. It was pretty nostalgic for me, but it just made me realize like how much older I am than the people that are really big on YouTube right now. It's kind of sad. When you're eating family dinner, you're probably eating some turkey. You probably got an uncle named Tom. So there's probably a day where you said Turkey Tom when it wasn't referring to this creator who created the best video. Last week we're talking about Turkey Tom. Turkey Tom. Whoa, yeah. Alright, okay, we're gonna have Turkey Tom here at the #1 spot. That's a debut. That's huge. Riding in on your first time in, picking up 10 beefy points. That's friggin' sick. Do you know who Turkey Tom is? I bet you know who Turkey Tom is. This is the kind of guy that has been inspired by the videos made by like Pyrocynical back in the day, made by I Hate Everything. You know, he's got that kind of like video essay style that you're never going to see my face, but I have a cartoon representation of myself kind of character. And he comes out and he just like talks about YouTube. He talks about like some of the controversies, you know, he dives into some of the reasons why some of the things happen and explains some things. And I love it. Turkey Tom, you did so fucking good this week, man. You picked up 10 beefy fucking points. Sometimes it takes a lot of research to come up with a good upload. Other times all you gotta do is be real funny. Turkey Tom is the first thing that I said. He does research, he writes, he scripts it out, he does a great job. And that's not my style, no. If you do that kind of thing, you can't have a daily upload schedule. You're more present on Twitter when you're that kind of creator. I don't wanna be like that. I wanna be right here on YouTube. But I love his uploads. These are my final thoughts. My final thoughts. My final thoughts. My final thoughts. You can be any kind of thing on YouTube. You don't need to be one kind of thing, but certain things work better than other things. Mostly drama works well. You'll start to see some numbers on your channel if you talk about the tea. You don't fucking have to. Alright, there's been a couple movements here in the top of the list. We got Psych IRL still there at the #1 spot, didn't really move a bunch. Brad Hall moved up a little bit. WavyWebSurf moved up a little bit. Fantano moved up a little bit. Leon Lush stayed still. Okay? Critical stayed still. Finn McKenty, he moved up a little bit. Amanda the Jedi, she moved up a little bit. Wang stayed still. Gus Johnson stayed still. JJ McCullough stayed right where he was. Okay, well, thank you for watching that load of horseshit that I call content. If you enjoyed it, remember, you can just scroll on down, spank a little like on it. It means a whole lot to me and to Munchie. This is the first time the Dean's List actually came out on the day that I want it to come out, because the week of the Dean's List eligibility goes from Sunday to Saturday. That's the week. That's the window that these creators have to work with, and then I want to like do the video on Sunday and then just start afresh. All right? But even with quarantine, I wasn't able to get it all done. But this week, we finally did it. The Dean Project's there. We're at 551 subscribers as of recording this video. So let's just get up to that full 1,000 so then I can do live streams and get people to do super chats and then, you know, maybe get some ad revenue on this motherfucker. Dean Project, friggin' dope. Press a like, friggin' dope. Then subscribe, friggin' dope. Patreon, friggin' dope. Dean Project, friggin' dope. Press a like, friggin' dope. Then subscribe, friggin' dope. Patreon, friggin' dope. Yeah, yeah.